at Chinook Village, a senior home in Medicine Hat, and beside me here is Ila Dillabough. She told me all about her farm life. It began when she was age 13, Bethune, Saskatchewan, near Lumsden. That's when her mum died and when she and her dad went to her grandma and grandpa's. She married an elevator agent, or so she thought, but farming was in his blood. So Acadia Valley is where they settled and where they raised #1 northern wheat. There were other chores on the farm, far less fun than running the tractor around the field. Ila told me all about getting a milk cow.
Well, we had just started farming and we didn't have like 2 nickels to rub together. And a neighbor had heard that Ted wanted a milk cow. He brought it down and said, "Ted, here's a cow. If you can milk her, you can have her." So, of course, Ted took the cow, with many thanks, too. But she wasn't an easy handler. She was very wild. He got to milk her a couple of times with great efforts on his side. Went out the next morning to milk, and he came rushing in the house, opened the door, and, "Mom, come on, the cow's gone." I jumped in the half-ton with him, and away we went looking for the cow. And there she was, way over east in the far field, just enjoying herself. So we had to get her home. Ted drove the truck around. He'd just about get up to her side and away she'd go. We drove around in circles and up and down, and well, we just couldn't get hold of her. So he said, "Okay, Mom, I'm getting in the back of the truck. You drive and get up beside her as close as you can, and I'll grab her." So that's what he did. He wasn't really a cowboy, but he did it. And he flung himself off the truck and grabbed the cow around the neck. And there he stood with her.
In the middle of the field?
In the middle of the field. And
now,
well, he said, "Mom, you better get home and get a rope." So I hightailed her home in the truck and got a rope and came back. And of course I threw him the rope right away, and he put it around the cow's neck and tried getting her to move. And do you think she would move? She wouldn't move her legs. So we thought, well, we'll hook her onto the truck and pull her that way. And he got behind her and pushed her, and I pulled her, and we finally got the cow home. But you know, if you'd had your picture showed then, you'd have had the funniest picture you ever saw with this man standing out in a bare field hugging a cow.
Which he didn't like all that much.
No. There was a few, he was whispering in her ear. I don't know just what he was saying, but he was whispering in her ear, so he was telling her little nothings, I'll bet you. That's how we got our cow, dear.
And you still chuckle about that?
Oh, yeah, because we laughed about it later. But at the time, it was an experience.
This is kind of like Ila Dillabough telling the story about her husband. Once a farmer, always a farmer. That's how the saying goes. Is there some truth to that commonplace phrase? I know if anyone knows. My husband's passion, it started real young in the dirt where he played as a boy. The hard work of farming with Gramps when he's older, could never that dream destroy. His job as a grain buyer watered that thirst as he met all the farmers around. He had not 2 nickels to rub with each other, but finally he had his own piece of ground. He soon discovered there's more to this farming than just playing in dirt all day. What should he do with that leaky roof when the drips in the pails sing their song? Money was scarce, and food on the table was something he couldn't ignore. Then a neighbor came by with a milk cow to give us. She was wild. He couldn't stand her no more. Only one person could milk that brown brute. Names he called her, I'd rather not say. He decided one day that out she would roam, was determined that out she would stay. Now, hubby is peacefully tilling his soil, thought he's done with that beast till tonight, when what to his wandering eyes should appear? His milk cow that's near out of sight. We jumped in the half-ton, tried chasing that brute, but that was to no avail. She jogged on this side, then stopped on a dime. This idea a certain fail. My guy had a new plan. He'd stand on the back, jump off, and he'd wrestle this cow. He did it. And there he is, hugging her neck, but she wouldn't budge no how. To this day, I still chuckle the picture I see. It's him in the middle of the field, hugging his cow like he loves her a lot. But I sure kept my laughter concealed. I hightailed it back home to get us a rope, got her hitched to our half-ton truck. As we're leading her home, she put on quite a show. Now we knew just how high she can buck. Hubby was glad to go back to the field. His daddy had taught him well. Pursue your dreams, but with it come chores you have to endure for a spell.